Do you hate the inbuilt CSGO crosshair? Are you tired of the crosshair concealing your vision while you're trying to one-tap enemies with your AK? Are you looking for a way to customize your crosshair to your liking? If those all boxes are checked, you are in the right place. Okay, so before I show you guys how to customize your crosshair, you would want to enable your developer console. So for that, you have to go into options, game settings, and enable developer console should be to yes. And usually it is the tilt key, which is right to the left of your one and above the tab key. You would want to go to keyboard/mouse and scroll all the way down. So here you can see the toggle console. You can put whatever the key you want. So this is the key which we'll be using to customize your crosshair. So I'll get into a map and show you guys how to do it. Okay, so now that we are in the iconic Dust 2, I will show you guys how to customize your crosshair. So the crosshair is actually extremely small in the vision here, so I will try to zoom in onto the crosshair, or you could watch this video at 1080p for the perfect viewing experience. So the first thing you would want to do is get the colors right. So for you to change the color of your crosshair, type in CL underscore crosshair color. So you have between 1 to 5. So 1 being green, you could keep it 2 to be yellow, you could have it to 3, which would make it blue, you can make it 4 to make it light blue, and 5 to make it green again. So this is one of the most basic things you can do to just change your crosshair color, because sometimes green might just be a little more distracting to some of you. It's a very personal topic, or personal opinion should I say, so that is something I will leave for you guys to decide. So the next one we want to tackle is the type of crosshair. So the type of crosshair means the static, dynamic, or static and dynamic. Those are three things which you should use, and the other two which are the default and some other crap which is not at all practical to be used. So to change the type of crosshair, you should type in CL underscore crosshair style. So there is 3, 4, and actually 1 to 5 are the settings available, but the things you should really use are 3, 4, and 5. So setting the CL underscore crosshair style to 3 will give you this, where moving will give you the amount of spread the weapon has. So this crosshair is mostly used in warm-up, where you know that when your weapon is 100% accurate. So as you can see, when the weapon is accurate, I'll shoot there. So I can do stutter stepping, where you will know when the crosshair is when your weapon is 100% accurate to shoot. So that is dynamic crosshair, or CL underscore crosshair style 3. So moving on to the CL underscore crosshair style 4 is 100% static. No matter what you do, the crosshair will remain like how it is. So that removes a lot of distraction from the game and allows you to actually focus on your crosshair and the enemy behind it. So moving on to the next crosshair type, which is a CL underscore crosshair type 5. This is an interesting one. So as you can see, the crosshair is not moving at all when I move, so it's not dynamic. It is classic or static, but what this offers is when you shoot, as you can see, hold up, let me just reload a bit. So when you shoot, as you can see, it is moving. So what will this allow you to do is know when your bullets are being 100% accurate. So you can shoot, and this actually allows you to learn one taps, because you know exactly how long it will take from one bullet to another for the AK to get 100% accurate. So this is something that you can use to learn spray patterns, which is basically that. So as you can see, this is as you can see, that's a good spray pattern right there. So what allows me to do is, it allows me to monitor my spread, or how much movement I have been doing, because moving is obviously not accurate. See that, how big is that is. So that is the Crosshair Type 5, which you should actually use when you're learning accuracy of a gun, because moving, so it's less of a distraction when you're like moving because there's nothing moving, but when you're actually shooting, it gives you an anchor point of where you should shoot at. Okay, so now let's move on to the dot. So as you can see, if I zoom in extremely closely, you can see there is a dot in middle. Even when I shoot, you can see the dot in middle. So the dot is a controversial topic, just because some people say that the dot in the middle like distracts you or doesn't allow you to see what's behind the crosshair. So I totally disagree with that, because CSGO crosshairs are not completely centered. What might look as center is not really the center. So the dot in between gives me a little of anchor point of where the head should be. It is totally your opinion. I am no one to tell you what you have to use, but I'll give you the command for you to do it. So it is CL underscore crosshair dot 1 or 0. So 1 will obviously keep the dot, 0 in the other hand will remove the dot. So now I have no dot, as you can see right there. There is no dot. So that is something which you can do, which is completely your personal preference. But one tip I want to give you is, if you are using the CL underscore crosshair type 5, you would 100% want the dot to be, just so that you know where the actual center of your crosshair is, because that is extremely crucial if you want to do spray transfer, just so that you know where the center of your crosshair actually is. So now let me just put back mine to what I actually use. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the thickness. So the command for it is CL underscore crosshair thickness, which is right in the name. So CL underscore crosshair is standard for all the crosshair commands. So that is something you can actually like copy paste and be ready. So thickness, as it defines, will allow you to change the thickness. So I currently have it to 1, but you can put it to 5 where it becomes that thick, which is totally unpractical. But you can also make it to 0 where it's that thin. But you would want to set it up how you like, because overly big crosses are no good, overly thin crosses are no good, but the perfect amount for you is the right amount for you. So the values can range from however much you want. I can put it as 10 to make it this, I can put it as like 100, maybe 1199 to make it like a whole screen being green, or I can make it 100 to make it something like this, which is totally not practical. So something around 1 to 10 I believe, yeah, not really 10, 1 to 5 should be a good change, yeah. 1 to 5, if you're playing at like a extremely high resolution like 4K, then you might want to go something a little more higher than it. So but for me, I prefer 1 just to have the perfect amount of vision I need for my crosshair. So the next one I want to tell you guys is about the outline. So let me just make it a little big, or this is not really practical, but I'm just making it a little big so you can actually see the difference. So when you type CL underscore crosshair, the first thing underneath is CL underscore crosshair underscore draw outline. So then you can have the amount to be 0, which, as you can see around the crosshair, removes the black outline that it has. So I like putting it around 5, just so that it has like a 3D effect. So this is kind of exaggerating it, but when it's like actually extremely like small or like thin, let's be practical right here, you will have a little distinction or a little black area around it to focus, which is totally personal preference, and I will give you the full freedom to judge how much amount of outline do you need. So let's put that back to normal, which is not that. And you can also use the up and down arrows for you to go back to the commands which you are, instead of typing it everything. So the next thing I want to show you guys is the size. So the same thing, CL underscore crosshair size, this time size 1, which is extremely small, 5, which is what I use, and 100, which is this, can be used however to your liking. So there are a few crosshairs which will allow you to learn spray patterns. I will link the video that I have seen, which is from Frankie on PC, who has given an awesome tutorial on how much taller your crosshair should be to learn the spray patterns, in the video description, so you guys can go check that video out. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. So the size obviously allows you to change the size of it. And now for the dot crosshair. Lot of people seems to like having only a single dot in the screen. So what you have to do is go to size 0, or actually size -1 I believe, so that there are no like the plus sign around the dot, and go to CL underscore crosshair thickness to whatever you want, 6 to make it a big dot, maybe 3 to make it a decent sized dot, make it 4 to become whatever you guys please. And you would also want to have the CL underscore crosshair style set to 4, just so there are no like uh, dynamic, like I don't even know what to call them, like the around things you have, like the lines from moving around. So that is how you can customize your crosshair to your liking. If you have any doubts, you can ask them in the comments. I will make sure to reply as many of them as I possibly can. And if you guys are having any trouble, let me know in the comments. I'll help you out from that. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if I can get 10 likes on this video. That would be really amazing for me. And I'll see you guys next one. Also, here's an alternative. If you guys don't really want to learn all to how to use the crosshair commands, you can also use tools.thathost.net, which will be the first link in the video description. If you guys want me to make a tutorial on how to use this site, let me know in the comments. Bye bye.